What if I told you that building muscle will actually change your face, and it may be the reason you are able to uncook yourself and save your brutal face genetics? By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how lifting will actually change your face for good. All starts with the first part of the changes, and that is the physiological changes. See, if you look at these pictures right here, guys, I was basically the CEO of Cooked Facial Genetics and Cooked Facial Aesthetics, okay? I had absolutely zero jawline. It was literally going back into my head, it almost looked like. I had a double chin, even while I was weirdly skinny fat. And for some reason, like I said, even while I was weirdly skinny in the body, I still had chipmunk cheeks and I looked giga fucking bloated, okay? Now, the beautiful thing about when you start lifting is the guys with the terrible starting positions often have the biggest changes, and this is good. This is probably good for you as well, bro, okay? Most guys, the reason for this is because most guys who start in a bad position, they're simply just underfed and they're simply just not developing properly, and they've spent their whole life not developing in an optimal way. So when we lift, we are going to cause some physiological changes which will actually help ascend our face and not only our body, okay? And that is simply because lifting skyrockets masculinization, okay? Now, what is masculinization? It is basically the process of becoming and looking more like a man. So in the original pictures I showed you, I looked more like a girl. I looked like a little fucking boy. But when I started lifting, and when you go through puberty especially, you will start to look like a man. You will start to masculinize, okay? And lifting will speed this up significantly, all right? And that's because when you lift, when you put strain on your body and on your muscles, the excess strain and the tension from the gym is going to cause more facial development simply because of the tension and simply because of the high stress activities on your bones and on your structures, okay? You will also get a testosterone and growth hormone spike, and that's why I advocate any guy right now who is going through puberty, the number one thing you can do if you want to ascend and actually reach your truest potential is to get in the gym. Fuck all this shit where people are saying that it will stall your height and stunt your height and close your growth plates. Fuck everything like this. Going to the gym when you're in puberty will ascend you the most because it is the most prime time that you're going to be able to experience these testosterone surges and these growth hormone surges. And obviously, as we're growing up, our bones need to grow. If you can grow your bones in your face, you're going to have a more masculine structure and therefore be more attractive, okay? Now, also, the masculinization effect of lifting will optimize your hormone profile. Your testosterone will simply go up when you start lifting and when you actually activate your muscles and build muscle tissue. You will have a better metabolism as well, okay? You will be able to hold on to less fat and build muscle quicker simply because you're lifting, okay? And that's going to develop your face to be more masculine, more predatory. You will not look like a little prey anymore. And for me personally, guys, I always looked like a prey. I always seemed to have these tired, droopy looking eyes and that bloated, puffy, round face. But once I started lifting and as time took its place, that's when my face naturally became more predatory. It started to get that more sharp, alert, and awake aesthetic. And that is simply going to make you more attractive. The most attractive guys, they have the cut, angular, masculine faces. You don't want to be looking like a fucking donut face, okay? So that is how your body will literally just respond to lifting weights and building muscle, okay? But we have to think about the lifestyle that we've now taken on as well, especially if we're in the gym, okay? We have to understand that proper nutrition will now mean proper development. Like I said earlier, most of us guys who weren't in the gym beforehand, who had terrible facial genetics, we were doing shit habits in life. We were probably eating fast food. I was eating fast food almost every single day. I remember in my family, we used to have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of the week, dinner was all takeaway food. So obviously this was contributing to bad facial development because my body was fucked from the inside. But when you get onto this gym diet and when you focus on building a physique, your diet is optimized for building a universally attractive physique, which will ascend your face, okay? You will naturally get less acne, less bloating, and less blemishes. And that's simply because you're now focusing on more whole foods, more nutrient foods. You've now discovered macronutrients and micronutrients. You understand how to actually eat healthy, and that is going to result in all these things clearing up in most cases. And as well, when you have a protein bias in your diet, you're simply going to have more collagen and increased skin health. Micronutrient focus will result in better skin complexion and elasticity, And overall, you're just going to look more attractive and you're going to look better when you combine the two factors of physiological change through masculinization and ascending how you actually present through optimizing your diet, reducing blemishes and all that. And the main thing here though is this only works if you are pushed towards building a lean, sexy body. When you have this type of nutrition, proper anabolic nutrition that is tailored towards building a universally attractive physique, you will look good. However, you must be careful to go down this rabbit hole, okay? You can see here the two pictures. We have Sam Sulek on the left and we have David Laid on the right. Now, what do you think is going to happen? Just because we're in the gym and we're focused on building muscle, the two outcomes can change, okay? If we are building muscle in a way that is rather excessive when we're trying to become a bodybuilder and we're going to use enhancements and steroids, etc., we are going to suffer the consequences, right? And you can see here the consequences of that. These guys, the guy on the left, Sam Sulek, is literally younger than David Laid, but one focused on building the aesthetic, muscular, lean, universally attractive physique, the other focused on being a big ass bodybuilder. So it just goes to show that universal aesthetics and attraction make your face look better in the long run. And that's why I signal to you guys that if you actually want to become attractive, which if you're not lying to yourself was the whole goal of this, most of you guys, myself included, don't want to be a bodybuilder, don't want to be a powerlifter. We just want to get attraction, we just want to get girls, we just want to feel seen and stop feeling invisible. So if that's what you want yourself, then don't go down this bad track. Train for the lean aesthetic body. And even though arguably David Laid is a fake natty and he jumped on some supplements, we could call them, he still looks way better because he still maintained that lean aesthetic body and he still went for the proper nutrition, the anabolic nutrition approach, whereas Sam Sulek went for the cereal and the Cocoa Pop, dirty chocolate milk bulk, and this is how it leaves him, even though he started with good facial genetics to begin with. And now finally, we have one of the biggest factors that will influence your face a lot when you start going to the gym and when you start building an attractive physique. And a lot of guys miss this part completely. And the part that they're missing is what I like to call the aesthetics effect, okay? You can see here what I used to look like, how I used to present myself, and basically how fucking chopped I was, okay? You can see these stupid fucking haircuts. I used to go to school with these fucking retarded haircuts, really shit style, had no clue what I was doing, and frankly, I just didn't give a fuck about how I looked, okay? But as I progressed in the gym, I understood the importance of looking good, and therefore I utilized the aesthetics effect for myself, okay? Now, what the aesthetics effect is basically when you start giving a shit about how you look. You've gone to the gym, you started to improve your looks, and you realize, hold on a second, this shit doesn't just work in isolation. I still need to improve every other factor of my looks, okay? Now, this is when you suddenly discover a fashion sense, okay? You start to learn colors, contrast, and fit types. You stop dressing in the Thomas and Tank shirt that your mum got you when you were fucking 11, and you start actually going out and shopping for your own style and getting your own fits. And this benefits your face because for most of us, we're going through puberty at this stage, so we are noticing how our face contrasts and the key aspects that stand out in our face. For me, I'm a dark hair individual, so the way I'm now structuring my clothing, you can see here, my whole style is around making my dark features stand out by wearing dark clothes as well, by creating a contrast. And you can do this as well, and that's where your face will stand out. You also probably start grooming yourself better. You can see as well, compared to the start, I had a greasy ass fucking neck beard, never shaved, never looked after myself, didn't know the correct facial hairstyle, which is a huge portion of attractiveness in the face. But then I learned how to actually grow a goatee, grow a mustache, all this stuff, and optimize my aesthetics and partner this with proper grooming and honestly just basic self-care and looking after myself, okay? And another beautiful thing is when you build the physique, your face will actually start to suit more haircuts as well, so you will have more flexibility with the haircuts you get. You will actually discover a barber and you will genuinely just look better overall, okay? And as well, you start to learn how to take better pictures so you seem hotter and more attractive, because at this point, through all these years of lifting, after some time, you will develop a better jawline, a leaner face, a more strong angular structure inside of your face, and that is going to make you more attractive. So obviously we want to package that. We want to do things to capture the positive parts of our face and therefore tie it in to one whole system. And that's exactly what I'm saying. You start to realize that this shit works in a system. You can't just work on the body. You can't just rely on that. You need to understand that building the body will also build the face as well. And that's why we need to focus on a lean, attractive physique so that we can get the most benefits in terms of facial development and facial aesthetics. Because trust me, I was the CEO of having a fucking chopped face, but it's when I focus on building the universally attractive physique that I was able to unwind these shit genetics and actually start to become attractive for myself. And this is where you might be stuck yourself. You might be working on the physique, but you don't know how to leverage all the other parts of your life and combine it into one working system. And that's exactly why I created Project Undeniable, the full roadmap to boost your attractiveness and have your own glow up, which you can check in a link in the description. But with that being said, that is how building muscle is going to change your face, boys. It is never over. Building your body and building muscle will be the single greatest thing that you do. You will go from looking absolutely chopped to starting to look more aesthetic and less chopped. So I hope this helped. Remember, you can check the community down below. With that being said, remember that progress is purpose, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.